Let me ask you something from the heart. Why is it that some people can walk straight into chaos, head held high, calmly handling one challenge after another, while others fall apart at the smallest setback? Is it luck? Were they just born with a steel mindset? Not at all. The real reason is much simpler than you think. They've trained something that most people ignore: mental strength. And here's the harsh truth: most people never train it. They spend their lives avoiding pain, chasing comfort, using their phones, work, or even fake smiles just to run from the emotions inside. They are not weak. They just were never taught how to be strong from the inside out, and that's why they crumble when life gets real. But you're different. You're still here, listening, reflecting, feeling. That says one thing loud and clear: you're ready to change. In this video, I won't promise you a magic formula, but I will promise you this: if you walk this journey with me to the end, you'll know how to build a mind so strong that nothing can break you. Shift your mindset, the root of strength. You know, we often find ourselves wishing life were easier, less pressure, less pain, fewer challenges. But life doesn't listen to those wishes, because the nature of life isn't to be easy. It's a test. And you're the one who needs to get stronger. Strength doesn't come from avoidance. It comes from facing things, facing pain, facing failure, facing the reflection in the mirror each morning. It comes from not giving up when everything feels like it's falling apart. I've always thought of the mind as a muscle. The more you train it, the more you push it, the stronger it gets. But if you live only within your comfort zone, you don't just weaken physically, you weaken mentally. True transformation begins when you shift your perspective. When you start to see every failure as a training session, every rejection as a stepping stone to evolve, and one day, you'll realize life isn't beating you anymore. It's quietly building a stronger version of you. Number 2. David Goggins' story: breaking limits. If you've ever thought, I'm not good enough to change, meet David Goggins. He wasn't born tough. He was overweight, depressed, spraying bugs for a living, hating his own life. No purpose, no motivation, no confidence, just surviving. Then one night, he watched a Navy SEAL documentary. Something inside him snapped awake. Not because he was in awe, but because he saw himself in someone he hadn't dared to become. He decided to change. To qualify for SEAL training, he needed to lose over 100 pounds in 3 months. Sounds impossible? He did it. Up at 4 a.m. Running miles. Training until his body begged to stop. Every day was a battle, not just with weight, but with the voice inside shouting, quit. He didn't stop. Because he understood one truth: mental strength appears when you push past the point most people give up. Goggins didn't just hit the standard, he became one of the toughest endurance athletes on earth. Breaking world records. Crushing ultramarathons. His story proves limits aren't in your body, they are in your mind. Number 3. Habits that weaken you and you must eliminate immediately. You can train all day, listen to motivational podcasts, read philosophical books. But if you're still carrying these 3 habits, your mind will always be held back at first. Complaining. Every time you complain, you're telling the world that you're powerless, that you're a victim. But the truth is, complaining doesn't solve anything, it only makes you feel weaker. If you can change something, change it. If you can't, accept it and move forward. Don't waste your strength on complaints. Second, seeking comfort. Modern life teaches us a lie, that comfort equals happiness. But have you ever seen anyone truly grow inside their comfort zone? No one. If you want to be strong, walk toward what scares you. The places you avoid the most are often the places you're meant to be. Third, making excuses. I don't have time. I'm not ready yet. I'll start next week. Each excuse is a brick in the prison you're building in your mind. You can't find a way and make excuses at the same time. Pick one. Number 4. Daily habits to build mental strength. Mental strength isn't something you're born with. It doesn't show up overnight, from a book, or after one motivational video. It's built day by day. Through small actions, repeated consistently. Until they become part of who you are. And here are 4 simple but highly effective habits you can start today. Take a cold shower every morning. Sounds a bit extreme, right? But it's a workout for your brain. You don't want to do it, but you do it anyway. And that alone teaches you a powerful skill, doing hard things even when you don't feel like it. That's called discipline exercise. Regularly. You don't need a fancy gym or six-pack abs. Just break a sweat. Your body and mind are one system. When you strengthen one, the other follows. A stronger body, a clearer mind. Meditate for 5 to 10 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be spiritual or deep. Just sit still, breathe, and acknowledge your real emotions. The more you can observe what's happening inside, the less you'll be dragged around by what's happening outside. Do one hard thing every day. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's making that phone call you've been avoiding. Maybe it's saying no when you usually say yes just to please others. Each time you step out of your comfort zone, you lay another brick in the foundation of your mental strength. Number 5. Mastering your emotions, staying mentally strong. INCHAOS. Have you ever found yourself getting angry over something small? Or felt like your whole day fell apart because of one careless comment from someone? If yes, you're not alone. And if you've ever thought, I can't control my emotions, then let me tell you this: emotions aren't the enemy, but if you don't master them, they will master you. Life will always throw unexpected situations at you: loss, failure, insults, rejection. And in those moments, you have two choices: react instinctively or respond consciously. Weak people are impulsive. Strong people know how to pause. Here's a simple but powerful tip: take a deep breath, count to 5, then respond. Just those few seconds are enough to reclaim control. Emotions are like waves. They rise, crash, and eventually fade. But if you cling to them, or try to run from them, they'll pull you under. On the other hand, if you learn to observe your emotions instead of becoming them, you won't just stay calm in chaos. You'll become the person others turn to when the world around them is falling apart. Number 6. Shifting your perspective. ONFAILURE. Most of us grow up with an unspoken belief: failure is the end. Something to avoid. Something to be ashamed of. But think about it for a moment. Has anyone truly succeeded without stumbling? Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Steve Jobs was fired from the very company he founded. Oprah Winfrey was once told by a TV station that she was unfit for television. And if they had stopped there, none of them would have become icons. Failure isn't the end. It's the starting point for a more evolved version of yourself. The issue isn't how many times you fall. It's what you learn each time you do. Do you get up stronger? Do you shift your perspective? I like to think of failure as a tough teacher. It won't flutter you with compliments. It's not gentle. But it's real. And if you're brave enough to listen, it will teach you lessons no book ever could. So next time you fail, don't beat yourself up. Smile. Because it means this: you're playing the game for real, not just watching from the sidelines. 7. The power of attitude, building an unbreakable mindset. There will be times when you experience loss. A loved one passes away. Friends turn their backs. Your career slips out of your hands. There will be mornings when you wake up feeling empty, to the point of tears, even when the sun is shining outside. The question is, how will you respond? The weak place blame. The strong ask questions. The weak ask, why is this happening to me? The strong ask, what can I do with this? The biggest difference between those who break and those who break through isn't ability. It's attitude. Attitude is not pretending to be positive. It's not about always being strong or fine. Attitude is the ability to keep a cool head even when your heart is breaking. It's when you realize, I may not be able to control everything, but I can always control how I respond. Once you build that mindset, the outside world no longer controls your inner world, and that's the moment when you stop merely existing. You stand tall. You lead yourself. You become the person others look at and say, I don't know how they do it, but I want to be like that. Number 8. Discipline over motivation. Have you ever felt incredibly fired up at night, but by morning, you didn't even want to get out of bed? Welcome to life when you rely solely on motivation. Motivation is great when it shows up, but it's not reliable. It's like the weather: some days are sunny, some are stormy. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you'll never be consistent. And without consistency, you'll never go far. That's why discipline matters more than motivation. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. When you get up early despite feeling exhausted. When you hit the gym even when your mind is a mess. When you finish the task even when no one's watching. Discipline is what helps you keep your word to yourself when no one else cares whether you follow through or not. Here's a tip for you: don't just set goals, build systems. Don't just dream of getting fit, turn workouts into scheduled habits. Don't just dream of success, create a chain of daily actions that lead to real results, because in the end, it's not feelings that change your life. It's the actions you repeat every single day. Number 9. This is your moment, and now everything you just heard, felt, and reflected on will mean nothing unless you do one thing: start. You can close this video and go back to your familiar loop, scrolling online, waiting for the right time, saying I'll do it tomorrow. Or you can choose something different, take action. Right now you don't need to do everything at once. Just start with one small thing: turn off the snooze and get up on time. Don't complain when things get tough. Take ownership of your own thoughts. You know what? There's no stronger version of you hiding out there, waiting to be found. It's already inside you, waiting to be activated. Waiting for you to stop making excuses, stop delaying, and choose to live with awareness. Train with purpose. Stand tall with conviction. This world doesn't wait for anyone. And neither does your future. So if something in your heart is stirring right now, don't let it pass. Do something. Write down a commitment. Change one habit. Share this video with someone who needs it. Or simply do the one thing you once thought you weren't strong enough to do. This journey is just beginning. And you're ready to become the version of yourself that even your past self couldn't dare to imagine. Please continue to follow me to change myself.